All right, kids, snuggle up close. Did Grandpa Lucas ever tell you the story of David and Goliath? It's one of my favorites, a tale about a small shepherd boy who did something incredibly brave. Long ago, in a land far, far away, there lived a young boy named David. He wasn't big or strong like his older brothers. He was a shepherd, and his job was to take care of his father's sheep. David loved his father very much and always did as he was told. He'd spend his days out in the fields, playing his harp and singing to his fluffy flock. But don't let his gentle nature fool you. When a lion or a bear tried to snatch one of his lambs, David would bravely chase them away to protect his sheep. He was small, but his heart was full of courage. Now, at that time, David's people, the Israelites, were at war with some very mean folks called the Philistines. The Israelite army, including David's 3 older brothers, had set up camp on one side of a valley, and the Philistine army was on the other. It was a very tense standoff, and every single morning, a giant of a man would stomp out from the Philistine camp. His name was Goliath. Goliath was enormous, taller than any man anyone had ever seen, and he was covered from head to toe in heavy bronze armor. He carried a spear so big it looked like a tree trunk. He would stand there and shout across the valley, making fun of the Israelites and their king. He'd bellow, "Send out your best soldier to fight me. If he wins, we will be your servants. But if I win, you will be our servants." Everyone in the Israelite army was terrified. Even the bravest soldiers would tremble when they heard Goliath's booming voice. Nobody dared to fight him. This went on for 40 days and 40 nights. One day, David's father, Jesse, called him. "David," he said, "I want you to take this roasted grain and these 10 loaves of bread to your brothers at the camp. See how they are doing, and bring back some news." David, being a good and obedient son, immediately packed the food and set off. Just like you kids always listen to your parents, right? David knew obeying his father was important. When David arrived at the camp, he heard a great commotion. He ran to the battle lines just in time to see the giant Goliath stomping out and shouting his usual insults. David saw how all the brave soldiers ran away in fear. He couldn't believe it. He turned to a soldier and asked, "Who is this man who dares to defy the armies of God?" David's heart wasn't filled with fear. It was filled with indignation. He knew something had to be done. David's oldest brother heard him talking and got angry. He said, "What are you even doing here? Go back to your sheep." But David wasn't discouraged. He went straight to the king, King Saul, and said, "Let no one lose heart on account of this Philistine. Your servant will go and fight him." The king looked at this young, small shepherd boy and said, "You can't fight him. You're only a boy, and he's been a warrior since he was young." But David didn't give up. He told the king, "When a lion or a bear came and carried off a sheep from the flock, I went after it, struck it, and rescued the sheep from its mouth. The same Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine." David's faith was even bigger than Goliath. The king saw the courage in David's eyes and finally agreed. "Go, and may the Lord be with you," he said. King Saul tried to put his own armor on David, a heavy bronze helmet and a coat of mail. But David couldn't even walk in it. It was too big and clunky. "I cannot go in these," he said. "I am not used to them." So he took them off. Instead, David did something much smarter. He went to a nearby stream and picked out 5 smooth, round stones. He put them in his shepherd's bag, took his trusty sling in his hand, and walked out into the valley to face the giant. He used what he knew, his own skills. When Goliath saw David approaching, he laughed a big, mean laugh. "Am I a dog, that you come at me with sticks?" he sneered. "Come here, and I'll feed you to the birds." But David wasn't scared. He shouted back, "You come against me with a sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Then, David did something amazing. He started running toward the giant. He reached into his bag, pulled out one of those smooth stones, and placed it in his sling. He swung it around and around, faster and faster, and then let it fly. The little stone soared through the air and, whack! It hit Goliath right in the middle of his forehead. The giant stumbled, his eyes rolled back, and he fell face first onto the ground with a mighty thud. The little shepherd boy had defeated the giant. When the Philistines saw their champion fall, they turned and ran for their lives. So you see, my dears, the story of David and Goliath isn't just about a fight. It's about having courage even when you feel small. It's about being smart and using the skills you have, not trying to be someone you're not. It's about being obedient to your parents, like David was to his father. And most of all, it's about having faith that you can overcome any giant in your life. Now, close your eyes. Think about the courage of that little shepherd boy. Just like David, you are all brave and strong in your own special ways. And remember, your grandpa and grandma love you more than all the stars in the sky. Sweet dreams, my little heroes. Good night.